Hello, everyone. My name is Heather Hurt with the NRW, where nerds rule the world. That is Kuya P. This is probably going to be a pretty quick one. We're going to talk about Borderline. We're going to talk about some Nepo babies. Let's start with the trailer.
This is the Nepo film, right?
This is the Nepo baby film. Yeah.
But
I
good
don't know.
Nepo babies.
Novocaine.
Good Nepo babies.
They're Nepo babies.
Nepo babies I'm good with.
Yeah, I'm okay with these Nepo babies.
I miss you a lot. So by now, the best day of my life, and therefore yours, will be fast approaching. I love you so much, Sofia.
Tonight is the night I'm proposing. We've been through this before. You don't know Sofia.
You're hilarious, Sofia.
I'm ready to be yours forever.
We're gonna be married?
What, are you having second thoughts?
I have a surprise for you.
This is Penny. She's a big fan of yours.
Great.
I killed someone.
Look at that! Friends already.
Let's get all units to Cassowary Tabernacle.
JH, put the gun away. What kind of way is that to treat our guests?
Crazy bitch! Oh god.
That is such bad luck, Sofia!
Please help yourself to champagne and first aid.
You put a priest in a box?
No, I put a pastor in a box. We're Protestant.
To lead off with this, this is going to be as spoiler-free as possible because this movie just came out as of this review. We want to make sure that if you are one of those people that want to see this film, that you are not super spoiled ahead of time. We might touch on some things, but we're going to try and keep this as spoiler-free as possible. This film was directed, Borderline was directed and written by Jimmy Warden, who of course is one of the writers on Cocaine Bear. We'll have some statements based on previous opinions of his work. Samara Weaving, Nepo Baby #1. I'm just kidding. Hugo Weaving is one of my favorite actors, and I love Samara Weaving, so I'm going to totally joke on this. The real bad Nepo babies are in the White House right now. So I said it. Samara Weaving plays Sofia. Eric Dane plays Belle. Ray Nicholson, who is actually this is his second Nepo baby film. He is also in Novocaine with another Nepo baby. So he's just Nepo babying it up. Well, I'll stop. I will stop now. I will stop. Even though I will say he looks just like his dad in this fucking movie. And in our reaction, I did say Psycho. I'm sorry, The Shining. He looks just like his fucking dad in The Shining in this movie. I don't know why I said Psycho. I'm crazy. Jimmie Fails plays Rhodes. Alba Baptista plays Penny. Catherine Lou Haggist is Eleanor. Patrick Cox is JH, and Terrence Kelly is Lutster. This is a very small cast. It's actually very small. It happened in a very enclosed period of time, so it's nice to see a nice, comfy cast together. It's a lot of fun. With that being said, the plot is basically misery. A crazed fan, for reasons that are explained in the film, wants to marry the woman of his dreams, who he has never met once. Sofia is supposed to be a mega pop star in this universe, and she Dorson, I'm sorry, I don't know if I actually said his name. Ray Nicholson plays Dorson. He just wants to go after her, and he wants to marry her, and he forces her into this very dangerous situation with his co-inmate Penny, who decides to kill a lot of people. I kind of like Penny. Penny is my favorite.
He was awesome. Shout out to Alba Baptista. Yeah.
But that's really the whole plot. It's a crazed fan who wants to marry someone that he's never met because he believes that they are destined to be together. With that, initial thoughts, Kuya P, of the trailer when you first saw it.
Looked cool. Looked awesome. We did react on this one too. It's all bleeds together. Bleeds together. I was excited. It looks awesome. It had all the marks of the popcorn entertainment we like. And yeah, I was excited to see it. So
Sure.
yeah.
All right. I like that classic feel. Samara Weaving has done some really fun popcorn horror lately, and I love her. I love Babysitter.
Yeah.
I love the
More so because of
Babysitter to
Samara
death.
Weaving too. I'm sorry.
No, it's
Because
okay.
I didn't know Ray Nicholson yet. Like until the week of us, as of this recording last week, this is Ray Nicholson. That's Jack Nicholson's son. Putting all that together, had nothing with me when we first saw the trailer, and
Mhm.
just Samara Weaving. Yeah, Nepo Baby number one. Love you, Go Weaving. But we saw her in Ready or Not. We saw her in a lot of films, so I was hyped because of her, and I'm still hyped. And when we get into our thoughts, but Samara Weaving, yeah, it was great. Sorry.
Awesome. And I will say this, it's this film, I think really we both of us, we've already done a review of Novocaine. I actually liked he likened a lot more to his father in this film than in the other one. In Novocaine, I did not recognize him as Nicholson's son as much as this film is. That's his goddamn dad. That's his goddamn dad. I don't care. But he
Which
looks so
shows
much like him.
range
It
why
shows
I think
range.
he's going to be a superstar later on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and of course we will get into that. But I was excited for this film once again. I love Samara Weaving, and I think that she's having a blast in popcorn horror. I think she's just having so much fun, and I love when actors have fun with what they do. Everyone should enjoy what they do, no matter what. So if you're having fun, rock on, do those popcorn films, do them, do them, do them. With that, let's go right into the review. Once again, as spoiler free as possible. I'm looking at you, Kuya P. Uh, what were your thoughts of this film?
Fun ride, weird, awkward. I had to watch this one more time. As I told Heather, we were gonna try and do a review earlier, but I was like, I got to see this again because I was somewhat doing some other things because we have a lot of things that we do here at the channel at the same time as watching it. So I just remember it was weird, awkward. I didn't quite understand, but no, but Ray Nicholson, I think right about that time I was like, that's Jack Nicholson's son. As Heather stated, he is so his dad in this and was perfect. And he needed to be this borderline psychotic that this role required. And he pulled it off. Samara Weaving is fabulous. Jimmie Fails, who plays her Dennis Rodman like boyfriend, was interesting. I don't know if I've seen other work from him, but I thought he was great. Actually,
Mhm.
they gave more to his role later on in the film that I was like curious what they were doing at first. So thankful for him. Eric Dane, he's been off and on in our eyes as film fans, or at least for me. Thought he was fine, and some of the rest of his family that we see in here is great. I think so. The entire cast was great. Penny, the actress who plays Penny, Alba Baptista, standout performance in there as another psychotic that works with Ray Nicholson's character. Looking forward to seeing her do more work, but I loved the back and forth with her and Samara in particular scenes was just great. But overall enjoyed the film. I love the artsiness of the film. There's a moment where they do the borderline. There's a song that has borderline in the song that is the name is escaping me because I don't think the name of the track was borderline, but they go back and forth with that song and the things that are happening in the house at the time, and I'm not going to spoil, but I thought that was played really well. There's other musical tracks, one that is where it really goes awkward in what are we watching with Penny and Sofia, that they're singing a song, they're doing like a bit of a duet that's like out of nowhere, and then I'm assuming that Jimmie Fails' character is seeing this in his own reality or it's in reality, I don't know, but it just goes everywhere, and it just feels like the writer, director, the entire cast crew had fun making this. And you feel that vibe, you feel that energy. It's weird, it's crazy, but it's just having fun with the notion, and it's also about psychotics, it's about crazies, and I think it works for the film. I had an entertaining time with it. It's not perfect, but it's fun, and I enjoyed it. And I think it's a star-making performance for Ray Nicholson, the Alba Baptista, in a small fashion, but I am really excited to see where Ray Nicholson is going to go. Samara Weaving's a star. She's going to be doing more work, but as a platform for Ray Nicholson, coinciding with another film releasing at the same time in Novocaine that we talked about that's on the channel, I cannot wait to see what this brother's going to do. And yeah, there's Nepo babies out there, but there's certain Nepo babies that have talent, and this guy has talent.
Yeah. We're turning it into a joke because a lot of nepo babyism is a joke, but there are actually some really incredible, talented people out there who are nepo babies. They know what they're doing. They just are lucky enough to have an opportunity to step up. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. They get that opportunity. At the same time, it does make it harder for some people. But once again, there are also examples in the White House right now of terrible nepo babies. With that being said, we are turning it into a little bit of a joke here. We really liked the acting in this. To go on, Borderline, Madonna's Borderline is the primary song at the beginning of this film that I think Kuyopi is talking about.
Oh yeah. They were going.
I think it's Madonna.
But
Yeah,
I think they had somebody else doing it.
Yes, it was a cover. It is a cover
Yes.
of Madonna's Borderline. Yes.
Thank you,
but
Heather.
But yeah, so my opinion of this film, I think the acting was great. I really loved the acting. I thought it was good. The plot, when we were talking about Cocaine Bear, which is what you see in the trailer, that's what's referenced. Cocaine Bear's plot was a fucking mess, but it was a fucking mess on purpose. And that's what we kind of loved about it. It was an absolute goofy ass gore fest mess. This one, there were holes in it that made it more awkward than it was good. I enjoyed the movie. I'm not in love with the movie. I thought the acting was good, but as I've said in the past, great writing can bring up poor acting. Great acting cannot bring up poor writing. I don't think that, and I don't want to say that this was poor writing. I think that he has done better films. The plot holes, the writing holes in this were just glaring at times. But I will say this: where there were glaring problems in the plot, the cinematography was on fucking point. This was probably some of the most fun cinematography I've seen in a long time. This is a thriller, not necessarily a horror. But there are definitely moments it's just really fun. Alba Baptista was an absolute delight. I loved her. I loved the over psychotics of it all. Though I will say she had the most disgusting scene. I did have to turn around for that. The scene that was actually it was started in the trailer, but it actually gets so much fucking worse. Got really gross. Got really gross. I'm just now. But with that being said, the movie was fun. I do think it was it kind of lingered a little too long at points. So there were times where I got a little bit bored. But it's not necessarily, once again, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It was more like the concept of a film, the concept of a plan. The concept of a film was really cool, and I really enjoyed the acting, but I feel like it just didn't come through entirely. But is it so for me, I'm going to say this right now. We actually have been saying this as much lately. This is not a see in theaters for me. This is a see it on stream.
Yeah. You can see that.
I love the acting. I think it was great, but you can wait till it gets home. Don't worry about and I hate saying that because I feel like we're taking money out of people's pockets. It's all the hard work that people do on these films. But it wasn't a great film. It wasn't a bad film. It wasn't a great film. So with that, we'll go right into final thoughts. KP?
Yeah, like I said, not a film you have to see in theaters, but definitely a film I think you'd enjoy with friends. And most times we get together with friends at theaters. So bring a whole bunch of friends over to your house and watch it when it's on streaming. But if you have the money, then go see it at the theater with a bunch of friends. Because I think it's entertaining enough with a bunch of your friends. I echo all of your statements in regards to your review of the film. Because I think you've only screened it once.
I've only watched it once.
And I felt very much the same way. Having saw it twice in prep because I wanted to, see it again to give more attention to it. A lot of the things that I felt like you felt, I felt a little bit more. I got into it a little bit more, and it stood out a little bit more for me. So I think I gained more appreciation for it the second screening. Again, it's not great, but I think some of the holes that you saw and just the entertaining aspect, it got a little bit more entertaining, and I sat with it a little bit more the second go around, and it hit me a little bit more. And I think a lot of films can do that in a lot of ways. I know there's films that I loved at first that the second time around I actually hated, and vice versa. So just wanted to add that thought in there, but I don't disagree with your sentiments at all. And just grew to appreciate a little bit more the second time around.
It's interesting that you say that because I was talking to my husband. My husband is actually starting to hate going to see movies with me because I look at it from a critic's eye, and that is the problem with us watching so many movies and films. And it's not that we don't love what we do. I get to watch movies. I make a joke that QUP forces me to watch shit, but like I love what I do. I get the opportunity not only to speak with some of the people that make these wonderful projects, but I get the opportunity to just watch fucking movies, and that's incredible. I get to watch fucking television, but at the same time, we do have to start looking at things in a different way. When I was watching this film, I was bored from a I was bored from a plot perspective, but at the same time, I was watching this movie for the cinematography. Once again, I think that this movie is worth to watch for the cinematography alone. I thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But that just did remind me. My husband made that comment the other day. He was just like, "I don't like watching movies with you anymore because you look at it from a different perspective, and then it's not as much fun." And I'm
I hear
like,
you
"Okay,
on that.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that."
I feel that same pain. They got to turn your brain off sometimes. It's hard, but yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
But at the same time, yes, watching it multiple times can help. As an example, Kuyupi and I talked about Spice World in our weekly reactions this week. Spice World, which I was absolutely in love with as a child, is a terrible film. It is a fucking awful film, but goddamn, do I fucking love that movie. So sometimes watching it a second time. But with that being said, if you're watching this movie, borderline with kind of a goofy thought, kind of you're going in, you're going into a weird movie, I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with this film. Right now, it is available in theaters. Please check it out. Once again, personally, I think it's better on stream, but it would be more appropriate on stream. With that being said, if you disagree, if you've seen this movie, if you loved this movie, if you think that everyone should be at the theaters to watch it, please tell us in the comments below. If you agree with us, if you think we missed something, please tell us below. Like, subscribe, share, all those things, and we will talk to y'all soon.
Nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Yeah. Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world. Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Awesome. Kuya nerds rule the world. Hello.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Oh,
nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like nerds rule the world. Like I want more black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Nerds rule. Love
it. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julian.
Yes,
rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
absolutely.
And you're right. Nerds do rule the world.
We're just the best.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
So much.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
It's your boy Kuya Nerds rule the world. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
They rule the world all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.